here. Welcome if you're watching live. Welcome if you are watching the replay. It's really good to have you. Sorry about the visuals and the quality. I'm going to sort this out for next time. So, if you want to subscribe to these live lessons, to fluency.com/yeslive, I will send you an email every time that we go live here on YouTube and also on Facebook. We're going to look at the phrase, it's been a long time since. It's been a long time since. And I've got a good example for you. We'll look at some facts about the Olympics. We'll look at the favourite event as well. Talk about, your favourite event at the Olympics. Then we'll look at some idioms and phrases. We saw one just then. And then also, please like and share this. Just click the like button and please share it with anyone who would find it useful. So hopefully the quality is okay. It's working okay. I hope so. I am actually using my professional camera to live stream. And I'm just going to show you a couple of things. So you can see behind here, this is my whiteboard over here. And I've got my bookshelf over here as well. And you'll notice there's a plant on top of it. So it's nice to get these plants in your office. I'm going to get quite a few more, I think, just to create that nice atmosphere. So let's go back to this because I've got a picture to share with you. So I'm just going to read the caption for this. I shared it on Instagram and I'm just going to read it for you. My dad first took me to the stadium when I was 1 or 2 years old. In the UK, it's very common to support your hometown team. In my case, Preston North End. It's been a long time since I've seen a Preston game live. And because they aren't in the Premiership, they're not on TV that often. Okay? So I use this phrase, it's been a long time since I. It's been a long time since I. And what I want you to do now is just to complete this sentence and just use something saying, it's been a long time since I, and then give me some examples. So we'll go back to the comment section in a second. So give me some examples about it's been a long time since I. Okay? I can say as well, it's been a long time since I went back home. It's been a long time since I went back home. It's been over a year now. It's been a long time since I left Valencia. So I used to live in Valencia, but it's been a long time since I left Valencia. So leave your comments in the comment section. It's been a long time since I, and complete this sentence. This is a question for today. So again, if you're watching the replay, please leave this too. It's going to bring up some comments because they're starting to come in. Sorry, I need to get used to this tab. It's one of those days today. So, it's been a long time since I've played keyboard. Very good. It's been a long time since I swam in... I'm just going to bring this up a little bit. 1 second, everyone. Bear with me. This will be better. Here we go. Here we go. You can see all the comments now. So it's been a long time since I swam in a pool. Very cool. It's been a long time since I had a girlfriend. That's a great one. It's been a long time since I went to visit my friend in Zagreb. It's been a long time since I was a kid and played games. It's been a long time since I've been to university or I went to university. It's been a long time since I saw you. Very good. It's been a long time since I played in the street. It's been a long time since I left the city. Maybe I can point these comments out. This is backwards. This is strange. It's been a long time since I ate out. Very good. It's been a long time since I played basketball. It's been a long time since I read English books. It's been a long time since I met you. It's been a long time since I spoke French. It's been a long time since I've watched my favourite TV show. And it's been a long time since I had a vacation. Very good. If you're watching the replay, please leave a comment using this phrase. That was fantastic, everyone. Thank you. Let's go back to this because we're going to talk about this today. Okay? Quick question. Who is from Brazil? If you're watching and you're from Brazil, let me know. Now, we're going to talk about the Olympics in Brazil because it's the opening ceremony today. And if you watched my latest lesson yesterday, I said the opening ceremony is taking place in Brazil. The opening ceremony is taking place in Brazil. So, what we're going to do is to have a look at some facts about the Olympic Games. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the vocabulary that we use. So, first one is this, and this is taken from NBC News. Rio 2016 will be the first time in Olympic history that a South American country has hosted the Games. The city won its bid in 2009, beating out Chicago, Madrid, and Tokyo. So a couple of things here. Host the Games. So we can talk about the host country. Brazil is a host country for the Games. So that's what we can use to talk about this. The city won its bid in 2009. So cities bid for the Olympic Games. Cities bid for the Olympic Games. And Rio beat out Chicago. Now, this is quite a specific one when we're talking about competitions, especially something like the Olympic Games, hosting the Olympic Games. So that's what happened here. They beat out Chicago, Madrid, and Tokyo because Chicago bid for the Olympic Games. Madrid and Tokyo also bid for the Olympic Games too. A lot of people from Brazil. This is really cool. Let me know if you're having problems in the chat box. I'm just going to ask a quick question. Everything okay? I don't know why we're having problems today. But let's have a look at the next slide. Frenchman Pierre de Coubertin. Maybe that's correct. We'll just call him Frenchman Pierre. Frenchman Pierre was credited with dreaming up the modern Olympic Games and found the International Olympic Committee. Okay? So in this case, what we're talking about here is to dream up something. So dream something up means to come up with the idea. So Frenchman Pierre came up with the idea of the modern Olympic Games. He came up with this idea. He dreamt this up. So he started this. So someone says, I don't get the meaning of bid. So I'll go back to this. You bid for something. It means you enter the competition or you enter the Olympic process. You say, yes, we want Madrid to host the Olympic Games in 2016. We're going to make a bid for this. We're going to give a presentation and say, please consider us. Please choose us. Now, going back to this, okay? So to dream something up means to come up with an idea. And it usually means things that are big ideas. You know, big things, big ideas. So to dream up the idea for something big in this case. The last one we have here, Rio's opening ceremony budget is 10 times less than the total spent on London 2013 opening ceremony. So Rio's budget, the money they're going to spend on the opening ceremony, is 10 times less than London. London put on a big show. Quick question, did anybody watch the opening ceremony in London back in 2012? Did anybody watch this opening ceremony? Please let me know in the comment section if you're watching live. Yeah, let's just bring some comments up, okay? Andre says, the Olympic Games is a shame because there are many corrupt things happening at the same time. I said I wasn't going to talk about this, but I am just going to talk about it briefly. Sebastian, now with technology, the Olympic Games will be so globalized. Definitely. You know, it is becoming a more globalized and connected event. So people are talking about this a lot on Facebook and on Twitter and social media. Gabrielle is just here saying, hey guys, I'm Brazilian too. It's good to have you here. Thank you for commenting. So let's go back to this, because I do want to talk about the nature of the Olympics. And I want to introduce this word here, divisive. Divisive. Now, if something is divisive, it means it splits opinion, that people usually have a strong argument on both sides of the debate. Okay? So something is divisive, it means that it's something that people don't normally agree on. Just a quick example is that the presidential race in 2016 in the US is very divisive. It divides the country. It divides opinion. And I just wanted to read one comment talking about what's happening at the moment in Brazil. So Marcelo just said, I guess I am the only one here that doesn't like the Olympic Games. I can explain. My country is not prepared for it now. There are so many other things to do here. For example, taking care for the poor people, providing education, etc. Thanks for the videos. Okay, so in this case, Marcelo, and I know a lot of other people, are against the Olympic Games in Brazil. And people talk about corruption, too much money spent on the Olympic Games, and things like that. So I did want to just mention that briefly, but I want to move on from that debate and talk about a few other things. So Mayara had a comment as well. Since Sydney 2000, I've enjoyed watching and rooting for athletes in this worldwide event. I'm looking forward to the opening ceremony that is taking place in Rio tomorrow night. I hope everyone likes it, and even though Rio is not as good as London or any city in the US, Brazilians will welcome everyone as equals. Now, I'm just going to go back to that quick debate as well, because it divided opinion in London as well. You know, I am from the UK, and when the Olympic Games started in London, or before it started in London, people were talking about how expensive it was. It was too expensive. And it divided opinion. It was very divisive. But what happened once it started, people generally just enjoyed the games. They focused on the sports and they really enjoyed it. So it's interesting. And I think a lot of people have both of those opinions. They're excited, it's in Brazil, but also worried about the infrastructure and the corruption too. But again, let's move on from that. And I've got a really fun question for you. What's your favourite Olympic sport? So let me know in the comment section. What's your favourite Olympic sport? Please let me know. I'm just going to ask a question for those watching live as well. What's your favourite Olympic sport? And I'm going to talk about this a second, give my opinion. So my favourite sport in general is football or soccer. However, I don't enjoy watching this at the Olympics. I don't find it very interesting to watch football or soccer at the Olympics. So this is a little bit strange, but I think it's because the competition isn't as interesting for me. You know, the players are usually younger. They don't bring the star players to the Olympics. But I have a few favourite sports. I love the track and field, athletics. I love watching gymnastics. It's incredible to watch gymnastics, to see people do those incredible things. And then my wife really likes the horse events. I don't really like them, but my wife really likes them, so we usually watch them. And I also enjoy the boxing as well. Let's bring up the comments and we'll Sorry, bring up the comments. Here it is. So my favourite sport is wrestling. Jung says swimming. Winter sports, yeah. So it's the Summer Olympics at the moment, but the Winter Olympics are also really popular. Not so much in the UK because we don't really participate, or we don't have the cold weather for winter sports, so it's not that popular. Gymnastics and soccer. Let's have a look. Abdi says, in my opinion, that debate always happens, but once the games start, people enjoy it and focus on the games. We have basketball. Sebastian says Chile got third place in Sydney. Boxing is very rude. I think you might mean like dangerous, or you don't enjoy watching boxing. I also like to watch gymnastics. My favourite sport is table tennis. I don't like the Olympics. I really like soccer. Very cool. So we've got a few different favourite sports there. Just one comment we had before. I enjoy watching the Olympics, especially table tennis and swimming, because I really enjoy these two sports. Now, I brought up this comment because this person here has emphasised their comment by using do, because I do really enjoy these two sports. So this is a way just to put more emphasis on the fact that you enjoy something. You might hear in movies people say, but I do love you, but I do love you, etc. So I wanted to highlight that comment for that. So thank you for the comment. Now, speaking of comments, I got a fantastic comment on my YouTube channel. Now, I haven't copied it over because it was a long comment, but it was from Monica. And she talked about the fact that she doesn't like sports, but what she finds fascinating is just before they start a race or start an event. That time is so tense. And she talked about what must be going through their minds, just before an event. Because you wait 4 years for the Olympics, for the Olympic final. Let's take sprinting, the 100 meters as an example. The race lasts 10 seconds, but you're training for months and months and months. And in that moment, just before the race, there's a lot of pressure, okay? There's a lot of pressure. I just want to share a picture with you, okay? So this is a picture of, I think it's probably a longer event, maybe the 800 meters or the 1500 meters. And this is at the start of a race. But you can see the person on the left has made a false start, okay? So a false start is when an athlete starts before the gun, starts before the race. And a lot of the time it happens because of that pressure, because you're waiting for the race to start and you have this energy and you just go. And in that moment, you have to go right at that second. So false starts happen a lot. Now, we can also use false start just to talk about things in general that happen before they should do. And we can use this in everyday language. I've got a couple of other phrases to share now. You might hear commentators saying this. Just before the final of a race, it all comes down to this. Which means, right now, this is what matters. It all comes down to this. So I love that phrase. These athletes also under huge pressure. They are under huge pressure. So they have this pressure and it's so big, this kind of pressure for them to actually do this race. And this is to be under huge pressure, or they feel huge pressure. And we can use this in everyday English too. And there's one thing I want to just mention as well, to handle the pressure. So to handle the pressure. And this means that you can manage these high pressure situations. So sometimes you might hear people say, the athlete that can handle the pressure is the one that's going to win. Handle the pressure. Now, I'm just going to share a couple of things when I feel this kind of pressure. It's all relative because it's not as important as an Olympic final. Obviously, you know, an Olympic final is more important. So I sometimes feel huge pressure when I take penalties in soccer games. So I play for a soccer team here in the US, and I take the penalties. So I feel this huge pressure to score a goal because you are expected to score a penalty. However, I think I can handle this pressure very well. And this is going to, there's a great phrase here. This is going to come back to haunt me. Okay? I'll explain what that means in a second. But I have scored 23 out of 23 penalties. So I have taken 23 penalties and I have scored 23 penalties. So this suggests that I can handle the pressure. However, this is going to come back to haunt me. It's going to jinx me because you know, because I have said this, I'm going to miss the next penalty. Okay, just want to bring a couple of comments up. Let's have a look. I'm just going to read this comment as well. Raskolnikov, hopefully that's okay, says, it's very hard to study English under pressure. Exactly. So you can think about handling the pressure of an English exam. If you are under too much pressure, then it's hard to study English. It's hard to learn English. So this is a good one. Amir says, we always work under pressure. Yeah. And some people handle the pressure differently. Some people need that pressure and they thrive under this pressure. They do really well under this pressure. Other people can't handle this pressure. Okay? So, this is a good phrase to know. And please let me know if you have any questions. In fact, a good thing to do as well, if you're watching live or the replay, is just to practice this phrase underneath the video. So, guys, sorry about the connection at the start. Hopefully it's been okay since then. I've got a couple of other things to share, but I'm going to go live again twice next week. Once on Facebook, once on YouTube. I'm going to try and fix these issues as well, and hopefully they're going to work okay. So I'm just going to share a couple of other things. If you're new here, then get my free book to fluency.com/book. Okay? This is a 5-step plan to English fluency, or the 5-step plan for English fluency. And it's a free book. All you need to do is enter your details. If you already have the book, then definitely consider getting the audiobook to fluency.com/audio. You can download this to any device, listen to it anywhere. It's 30 minutes of me reading the book, and it's a great way to get really good English listening practice and to also learn about how to become fluent in English at the same time. And at the moment, I'm offering some bonuses as well. So go to fluency.com/audio to get that. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for being here. We're going to end it here. I hope you've enjoyed it. Also go to fluency.com/yeslive to get notifications for when I go live here on YouTube and also on Facebook. I'll stick around for a few more minutes in the comment section. If you're watching the replay, there'll be lots of links in the description for you. Okay, everyone, thank you for being here. See you in the next class.